Hello, today we're going to be discussing section 4.5, which is on graphing linear equations in standard form. Our essential question for the day is how can you describe the graph of the equation ax plus by is equal to c? Previously, we've talked about slope-intercept form of an equation, which is the form where y equals m times x plus b. In this form, the m represents your slope, while the b represents specifically your y-intercept. This means that the point where x is 0 and y is b lies on your graph. Well, now we're going to be transitioning into a discussion on standard form. Standard form of an equation is a little bit different, and it looks like this. We have a, which just is some number, some coefficient, multiplied by x, plus another number times y is equal to a number. A and b must both be non-zero to be in standard form. So for example, you might have 3x plus 2y is equal to 12. In this case, my a is 3, because that's the coefficient on x. My b is 2, that's the coefficient on y. And my c would be 12. To graph this, we have a couple of options. The first option is to create a chart, plug in numbers for x and for y, any numbers you want, plug them in, get some points, and then graph those points. So maybe you want 0, 1, and 2. That's option 1. Option 2 is to rewrite this in slope-intercept form. So instead of using a chart, you could take your equation and get the y by itself. So to do that, the first thing I'm going to do is move my 2x over by adding it. I have 3y is equal to positive 2x and minus 6. But I'm not done because y is not alone yet. So I need to divide everything by 3. We divide everything, all 3 pieces, by 3. To get y is equal to 2 over 3 times x minus 2. From there, we can see our slope and our y-intercept and graph it from those pieces of information. A third option, however, would be to use intercepts to graph. So if my equation is negative 2x plus 3y is equal to negative 6, I can find the intercepts fairly easily. If I want to find the x-intercept of this equation, all I'm going to do is let y equal 0. If y is equal to 0, I end up with negative 2x plus 3 times 0 is equal to negative 6. But 3 times 0 is just 0, so really this is just negative 2x equals negative 6, or x is equal to 3. So my x-intercept is at 3, or we have the coordinate 3, 0 on our graph. Similarly, I can find the y-intercept. In order to find the y-intercept, I need to let x be equal to 0. If x is equal to 0, we'll find the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. So plugging in 0 for x, I've got negative 2 times 0 plus 3 times y is equal to negative 6. But remember again, negative 2 times 0, that's just 0. So really, this is just 3y equals negative 6. So y is equal to negative 2. This leaves us with the x value of 0 and a y value of negative 2. So the point 0, negative 2 is on your graph. Now I'm going to plot these 2 points. My first point, 3, 0, is on the graph between 2 and 4 on the x-axis. And 0, negative 2 is negative 2 on my y-axis. All I need are these 2 points. As long as I have 2 points to connect, I can draw a line. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my line like so. And this would be one way to graph the equation negative 2x plus 3y equals negative 6. Again, you can do any of the 3 methods. This question doesn't specify which method they would like us to use, But in standard form, oftentimes, just finding the x and the y-intercepts is fairly simple, so we oftentimes do this method when we're given standard form. In example 1, I'm going to go ahead and use intercepts to graph. So if I want to find the x-intercept, all I'm going to do here is let y equal 0. Now if you think about this, if y equals 0, I can just replace y with 0, and everything in that y term is going to go away. So really, I have x plus nothing is equal to -2, which means x must equal -2. So if y is equal to 0, x is equal to -2. And that leaves us with the coordinate x is -2 and y is 0. If I want to find the y-intercept, I'm going to go ahead and let x equal 0. Now if x is equal to 0, that whole x term really becomes 0 and goes away. So all I'm left with after that goes away is that y is equal to -2. So when x is equal to 0, y is equal to -2. Now that I have these two intercepts, I can go ahead and graph just using these two alone. The x-intercept is -2, 0. The y-intercept is 0, -2. Plotting these 2 points and graphing my line, my equation should look like this when graphed. You can double check it using any of the other methods if you would like. To double check, if you plugged in a few x values, for example, maybe I wanted to double check with an x value of 1. You could plug into your equation 1 plus y would have to equal -2. Subtract the 1. So then y would have to equal -3. So then that point, 1, -3, must be on your graph if you graphed it correctly. So to check, I'm going to go to the point 1, -3, and it looks like it is in fact on the graph, which means that my graph is probably correct. In example 2, we'll go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to graph this using intercepts. So to find my x-intercept, I'm going to let y be equal to 0, and when I do that, this whole y term zeroes out and is no longer necessary. So all I have left now is the equation -1/2 x is equal to 6. So I'm going to go ahead and solve that. -1/2 x is equal to 6. I multiply by the reciprocal, which is -2, to find out that x has to equal -12. So when y is equal to 0, x is equal to -12, which means I have the point -12, 0 on my graph. Similarly, I'm going to go ahead and find my y-intercept. In order to do that, I let x be equal to 0. Now if x is equal to 0, the whole term containing x zeroes out and is no longer necessary in my equation. 0 plus 2y, well that's just 2y. But now I need to solve for y, so x is 0, leaving me with 2y is equal to 6, and solving I find out that y is equal to 3. So in doing this, I have found out that when x is 0, my y value is going to be 3. Now I have my two intercepts, and I'm going to go ahead and plot them on my graph. One thing to consider, though, is my graph doesn't go down to -12 for x's, so I'm actually going to count these by 3s. If I count by 2s, that would be inconvenient for me to graph my y-intercept, which is 3. So I'm going to go ahead and count by 3s. So I'm going to say 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. We don't have to number all of them, but we should number some of them so that we know what increments we're going by on our graph. So -3, -9, -15, -21, and then so on and so forth for the rest of the graph. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and place my -12, 0 on the graph. So that's my x-intercept On the x-axis, I plot negative 12, which would be here. My second point is 0, positive 3. So my equation would look something like this when graphed. And again, you can double check that by choosing any point that you would like, any x value or y value, plugging them into the equation and seeing if the point that you end up with does in fact lie on the red line we have just graphed. Go ahead and take a moment to pause the video and try graphing this equation in example 2 on your own. When I let x and y both equal 0, I end up with my x-intercept and my y-intercept. My x-intercept is the point negative 3, 0. So when I plot that on my graph, it's right about here. And my y-intercept is 0, negative 1, which would be right about here. Connecting those dots, the graph of my equation would look something like this. Again, go ahead and take a moment to pause the video and try these two on your own using intercepts to graph your line. We are instructed to use a graphing calculator to check your graph, but since we don't have a graphing calculator, I'll go ahead and put the answers up in just a moment. For the x-intercept, when I let y equal 0, again, the y goes away, and I'm left with 2x equaling 8, which means that x would equal 4 when y is 0. For the y-intercept, I'm going to let x equal 0, which means that that 2x term goes away. But be careful here because the negative is still attached to the y. Negative y is equal to 8, which means that y actually equals negative 8. You can see this if you write it out, and then divide by negative 1 on both sides. Y would equal negative 8. Plotting these both, I've got 4, 0, and 0, negative 8, so my equation would look something like this when graphed. Number 4. For x-intercept, I'm going to let y equal 0 again. When y equals 0 and this goes away, I've got x is equal to 6. So then 6, 0 is my x-intercept. For my y-intercept, I'm going to go ahead and let x equal to 0. And when I do that, my x term goes away, and I have positive 3y equals 6. Positive 3y is equal to 6, and when I divide by 3, I find y is equal to 2, leaving me with the point 0, 2. So my two intercepts are 6, 0, and 0, 2, and when I graph them, my x-intercept is here, and my y-intercept is here, leaving my graph to look something like this. Now that's all I have for you today on graphing from standard form. Thanks so much for watching.